What crosses your mind when you see a delicious, steaming hot pot? Delicious. Yummy. Yummy! Do you know that putting raw meats in the soup right before you eat it may lead to contamination? That's perfectly true. Your food may get contaminated from harmful bacteria which is transferred from a source to your food products. This is done either by direct or indirect contact. On this episode of Food Alert, find out more about how food contamination occurs. So hold your chopsticks tight and stay with us before eating that delicious hot pot. Food poisoning is a common, usually mild illness that always arises from contamination of the food products we eat. Symptoms of food poisoning typically begin within 48 hours after consumption of the contaminated food or drink and may include one or more of the following: nausea, stomach pain or stomach cramps, vomiting, diarrhea, fever and chills, headache, dizziness, and fatigue.
Well, I suppose 2-3 times is quite normal since there are so many nice foods we can take in Singapore. But for those who have got, let's say, some food allergies, then it might be even more. Like for example, sometimes when you eat out, you do not know what they put inside until you get your diarrhea. So then you know that they have taken something that you may have been allergic to.
For severe cases, the symptoms may lead to permanent disability or even death. In early 2009, we saw a food poisoning outbreak in Singapore, where people who consumed Indian rojak fell seriously ill. A total of 111 people sought treatment at local hospitals and countless others at private clinics. 27 people became seriously ill and had to be hospitalized. A pregnant woman among the number lost her baby due to a miscarriage after her illness. Another 2 ladies fell critically ill and died shortly after. When affected by food poisoning, medical attention must always be sought immediately for serious symptoms.
Well, the symptoms are the same except that in terms of diarrhea and vomiting, except that they are more severe. For example, they could be vomiting many times, and also the diarrhea amounts can be in big quantities and also many times. The only danger here is that they get dehydrated. So if you cannot eat and you throw out water and at the same time you pass out water, dehydration can become dangerous and fatal in some cases if not treated properly. For those people who have, let's say, some heart problem or diabetes or some other comorbidities, so if you have got a severe diarrhea, it's already a big stress on the body. So it might turn fatal or dangerous if it's not treated early. So normally such cases, once the diarrhea don't resolve within a short period, it's best to see your doctors, and if there's severe dehydration, then there's a possibility that you have to go to hospital, have a drip to rehydrate the body.
In most cases of food poisoning, symptoms are mild, and one would usually recover within a couple of days. How are we able to prevent these illnesses from happening to us or our family members? How much of a role does a person's immune system play in preventing foodborne illnesses?
It is not that common, neither is it that rare. Right? Sometimes it's seasonal, like there can be a gastric flu outbreak due to some virus. In the morning, you can just see more than a handful coming with the same symptoms. But once in a while, I mean in Singapore there are so many nice food to eat. and all these hawkers' food. So once in a while, one will get this food poisoning, and usually it just go off very fast. I just, in fact, just 2 weeks ago, I had diarrhea, 1 bout of diarrhea after taking some fresh oyster. So no medication, just take care of your diet and it resolves subsequently.
Some people are at greater risk for infection due to their age or lower immune system. Most cases of foodborne illness can be prevented if food is processed and cooked properly. In addition, because bacteria multiplies rapidly between 5 to 60 degrees Celsius, food must be kept out of this temperature range.
If you buy vegetables and you plan to use them for cooking, the AVA recommends that you soak them for 15 minutes and wash them before using them for cooking. Soaking them for 15 minutes will result in less pesticides on your vegetables, which make you less susceptible to food poisoning.